Hello, guys. Welcome all. I'm your host, uh, CPA Mohammed. Uh, Today, I want to focus on taxation of insurance. And I would like to tackle the question that was tested under CASNEB November 2019, question 3C. So, I want to read out the question first so that you get to understand what I'm talking about in regarding to these questions. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel so that you can able to get free lessons that can help you prepare your exams for CASNEB. So let me read the question first. The question is November 2019, 3C. We have Maisha Mema Insurance Company Limited provided the following information for the year ended at 1st December 2018. We have gross premium received 30,000, claims paid 4,000, commission ceded 800, commission accepted 20, claims recovered on reinsurance 3,000, foreign exchange gain realized 3,500, dividend from life insurance fund 2,000, rental income, that is commercial building, 1,600, bad debt provision is 500, investment income is 1,200, reserve for an expired risk 1st of January 2018 is 1,000, legal expense relating to claims 400, agency fees 400, management fees 120, repairs on rental properties is 200, entertainment expenses is 400, purchase of furniture 600. Remember, these figures are in thousands, so these are 600,000. Purchase of computers 300,000. Reinsurance premium paid 4,000, that is 4 million. Return premium is 5,000, which is 5 million. Additional information, reserve for an expired risk on that 1st December 2018 was 200,000. Claims number 2, claims outstanding on 1st January 2018 and 31st December 2018 were 600,000 and 900,000 respectively. Number 3, premium outstanding on 1st January 2018 and 31st December 2018 were 6 million and 12 million respectively. Agency fees included 200,000 relating to life insurance expenses. Legal fees included 100,000 relating to settlement of tax dispute. Then we have investment income comprising of interest from bank 850,000 net, interest from treasury bond 350,000, 350,000. So you are required taxable profit or loss of Maisha Mema Insurance Company Limited for the year ended 31st December 2018, that is 8 marks. Then number 2 is tax payable from your computation in C1 above. So guys, for you to determine a taxable profit, first you need to get the incomes. Once you get the income, then you less the allowable expenses. And once you less the allowable expenses, you get the adjusted taxable income. From that now, if there are any other specified source of income, you add. So the main thing here is income. First, for other business like if you look at the companies, you may have the gross profit, and that is the gross profit from the as their incomes. But now the insurance cases is different because the insurance people they have what we call premium. Premium is their main income. So how do you compete premium? How do you compete the net premium for insurance? For you guys, for you to compute the net premium for insurance, because this question I've already solved the question, so I would like to also project the answers. But let me start with the gross premium received. Now, this is the premium that we have received. This is the gross premium received for our case. Gross premium received is 30,000. Now, from this gross premium, remember, if you look at additional information number 2, we are told, sorry, not number 2, but number 3, we are told premium outstanding on 1st January 2018 and 31st December 2018 was 6 million and 12 million respectively. Now we have premiums at that 1st January, and then there's that 1st December. Now, the one of 1st January is from the previous financial year. That's why we call it premium carried, sorry, premium brought forward from the last financial year. We have brought forward from the last financial year. That's why we have to subtract. But the one that is ending, it is a carried down to the next financial year. So we have to add that premium. So we add the premium that is carried down. Remember, this is the one that is at 12. Uh, this 12,000 is the one that is for that 1st December 2018. If you look at number 3, premiums outstanding on 1st January and that 1st of December were 6 million and 12 million. That means 6 million was for January, 12 million was for December. Now, the reason why we add premium carried down, because that is the one for that 1st December, which will be carried down to the next financial year. But the one for 6 million is the one brought forward from the last financial year that we have to subtract. So we add 12,000 and then we subtract 6,000. That is the premium carried down and the premium brought down. Then we have return premium. So any return premium, we also have to subtract from the premiums. So 5,000 was the return premium, we have to subtract. Then we have reinsurance premium paid of 4,000. So guys, if you look at this 30,000 4 million, this 30,000, 12 million, 6 million, 5 million, 4 million, you get 27 million. You have to take 30,000, then subtract that from 12,000 and subtract it also from 6,000, subtract it from 5,000, subtract also from 4, you will get 27 million. Because 30 million subtract 12, 30,000 subtract 12,000, subtract 6,000, subtract 5,000. Sorry, we are adding 12. We are not subtracting 12. It is 30,000 plus 12,000. That comes to 42,000. Then subtract 6,000 for the premium brought forward. Then subtract 5,000. Then subtract 4,000. We're able to get 27,000 as our net. Now this is our net premium. This 27,000 is our net premium. This is our net premium. We have to take the gross premium. Then we add the one that is for the 31st of December, which is 12 million. Then we less the one as at 1st January, that is 6 million. Then we also less the return premium. We also less the reinsurance premium paid. Now, our net premium is 27 million. Remember, insurance company, most of their income is premium. So we have to get the gross, the net premium. And this is how we arrive the net premium. Now, once we know the premium, now we look for, is there any other income apart from premium? Is there any other income apart from premium? Let's look for it if there's any other income apart from premium. Yes, we have commission ceded. That is an income to the insurance company, which was 800,000. Then we have reduction reserve. Whenever there's a reduction in reserve, that is an income. If you look at additional information, number 1, reserve for an expired risk on that 1st December 2018 was 200,000. And the one in the question was 1 million. So we have to take the 1 million, subtract 200,000, because we anticipated that our reserve will be 1 million. But now at the end of the financial year, we find out that our reserve was only 200. That is a decrease. So for us, a decrease is an income. So any decrease in reserve is an income for the insurance company. So we have the reduction in reserve from 1 million to 200,000. The difference is the income, which is 800,000. Now we have foreign exchange gain realized, that is an income, 3,500,000. Now, once we have this income, we less now the allowable expenses. We have the income as the premium, the net premium, the commission ceded, reduction in reserve, foreign exchange gain realized. Then we subtract the allowable expenses. The allowable expenses also, we have claims. Then also claims, you have to compute just like premium. How do you compute it? We start with the claims paid, which was 4 million. Now, just the same case we did with premium, the one that is for that 1st December, we add, and the one that is for 1st January, we subtract. If you look at additional information number 2, claims outstanding on 1st January 2018 and that 1st December 2018 were 600,000 and 900,000. 600 for the 1st of January and 900 for that 1st of December. So we add the one for that 1st December, which because that should be carried down to the next financial year, we also subtract the one brought down, which is the 1st of January, which was 600. Now we take 4,000, we add 900, we take 4,000, we add 900, then we subtract 600 as the claims paid. Then we also have claims recovered on reinsurance. We also subtract that, which was 3,000. Now that's come to 1,300. Now you see these three is what we have used to compute the claims. Claims paid, claims carried down, brought down, recovered. Then the net claim is 1,300. Is there any other allowable expenses? Yes, we have commission accepted, which was 20,000. Then there's legal expenses. Our legal expenses was 400,000. But if you look at additional information number 5, legal fees included 100,000 relating to settlement of tax debit. Any taxes we disallow. So we have to take 400, subtract the 100, and then you get 300 as the legal fees, because we have to disallow the tax dispute part. The agency fees, also the same case. If you look at the additional information number 4, agency fees included 200,000 relating to life insurance business. So we disallow for the life insurance. So that was 200. We subtract 400 from 200, but it comes to 200,000. We also have management fees that is allowable 120,000. Entertainment expenses allowable 400,000. Then there's wear and tear. Furniture is 10% of 600,000, that is 60. Then computers 25% of 300, that is 25. Now, this is our total. 2475 is our expenses, allowable expenses. Now we come here, we go back to our income. We take these are our incomes. These three are our incomes. Now we take 27,000. We add 800. 27,000 plus 800 plus 800 plus 3,500. That comes to 2,100. So that becomes our total income. Now we have to less that from 24,75. Then the difference comes to 29,625. This is the taxable operating profit. For this case, we have taken the income minus the expenses. Not all expenses, but the allowable expenses. Not all expenses, but only allowable expenses. And this income also not all income. This is the income that's relating to the business. So we have taken the income minus the expenses, which comes to 29,625. Now, is there any other income? There's something called specified source of income. So we have specified sources of income. Yes, we have. There's rental income. If you look at uh, additional information number is interest from bank, 50,000. Yes, we have. If you look at if you go back to the question, there is a place written rental income, that is commercial building, which is 1,600. Now that 1,600, that is the income for the rent. Now, is there any expenses relating to that rent? So that we subtract, we get the profit. We get the taxable profit. Yes. If you look at also in the question, we have repairs on rental properties. That is 200. Let me go back to the question. See, so you're able to see. You see these repairs on rental properties. This is the expenses that is relating to the rental. And our rental was rental income. If you look at our rental income, commercial building was 1,600. Now we take that 1,600, we less the 200 for the the expenses relating to the rent. Now we take the 1600, subtract the 200. That comes to 1400. This is our rental income now. We have taken the income minus the expenses. Then we have interest from bank. If you look at this question, if I go back to the question, the one relating to the interest from bank, you see we have interest from bank. We have been told it is net. Now, this one, we need to convert this net to gross. Remember, withholding tax rate for interest from bank is 15%. Now, for us to get the gross, because we need to get the gross. For us to get the gross, gross is equal to, for us to get the gross income, for us to get the gross interest, sorry, for us to get the gross interest, we take interest. We take, what we take is the net amount. We take the net amount, then we divide that with 1 minus the withholding tax rate. Now, for our case, the net income is 850,000. This one we divide with 1 minus 15%. 15% is 0.15. Sorry, 0.15. Then this comes to 850,000. 850,000. If you take 1 minus 1 minus 0.15, 1 minus 0.15, it is 0.85. So we divide this with 0.85, which comes to how much? 850,000 divided by 0.85. Now, which comes to 1 million. 1 million. Now, this is the gross amount. This was the before the deduction of the withholding tax. 850 is after the deduction. Now, this 1 million is what we'll be using that as the interest from bank. That's how we computed the 1 million. Yes. Now we also have the interest from treasury bond, 350. That is 350. Then so that you have the adjusted taxable profit as 32,375,000. 32,375,000. Now, for us to get taxable profit, because this is a resident person, we take 30% multiplied by that, which comes to 9 million as the tax paid. So, guys, for you to tackle question on insurance, you need to know how to compete on premium and also on the claims. Remember that any premium that is as 1st of January, that is brought down from the previous financial year, we have to subtract. Any premium that is added at 1st of December, which will be carried down to the next financial year, we add. Once you understand that, you are able to understand both the premium and the claim. And remember that taxable income should be the income minus the allowable expenses, not all expenses, but only allowable expenses. I hope you have enjoyed the class. See you in the next class. I'm your host, CPA Deko Mohammed. I still remind you, if you find out this class very interesting and you're able to and you are eager to know more classes, kindly subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any class whenever I post it. Thank you.